see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sex.
Toprack, who has been in the spotlight this season after his move to the ambitious Yamaha V4 project, had previously issued a firm ultimatum to his team. He stated that they only needed one thing: need speed. Pure speed on the straights and stability when exiting corners. However, the reality in qualifying proved otherwise. Toprack failed to make it into Q2 and had to settle for starting the race from 21st place. This result was certainly far from his target. From the start of the weekend, Toprack seemed to be struggling to find the best feeling with his bike. He was competitive in the first sector, but in sectors 2 and 3, the bike lost the traction and acceleration needed to compete with his rivals. His lap times dropped significantly, especially on the long straights that demand maximum power. In a brief interview after the session, Toprack didn't hide his disappointment. He stated that the team had worked hard, but the promised improvements hadn't really been felt on the track. "We need more than this. I've said it from the start, I need speed," he said solemnly. This statement strongly signaled that the pressure on the bike's development was growing. Meanwhile, drama was also unfolding within the Ducati camp. Two-time world champion Francesco Bagnaia had to accept the bitter reality of being eliminated in Q2. For a rider of his caliber, the failure was clearly difficult to accept. Throughout the session, Bagnaia struggled to find optimal rear grip, especially during the final push lap. Several near misses prevented him from maximizing the bike's potential. After the session, cameras captured Bagnaia's frustrated expression in the garage. He appeared to be in an intense discussion with the technicians, his gestures indicating dissatisfaction with the bike's performance in crucial situations. Inside team sources reported a setup discrepancy that made the bike unstable when entering fast corners. The Ducati, usually dominant in acceleration and sudden braking, appeared to lack precision. Bagnaia openly stated that something wasn't working as it should. This situation certainly served as a wake-up call for Ducati. With the 2026 Motogp season increasingly competitive, losing an ideal starting position could have a significant impact on the race outcome. A crowded grid increases the risk of an incident in the early laps, requiring a complete strategy change. Returning to Toprack, 21st place isn't just about numbers. This clearly demonstrates that the development project is far from complete. As a rider with an aggressive style and extreme braking, Toprack needs a responsive and stable bike at critical points. Without it, his strengths will be difficult to maximize. Here's the full news. The 2026 Motogp weekend once again delivered a major drama that shook the paddock. Two big names, Toprack Razgatlioglu and Francesco Bagnaia, were in the spotlight not for their dominance, but for their deep disappointment after a stressful qualifying session. From the start of free practice, the atmosphere was already different. Toprack arrived with high expectations after openly delivering an ultimatum to his team. He needed only one thing: speed. Need speed. That wasn't just a complaint, but a clear message that he felt the bike wasn't capable of matching his aggressiveness and distinctive riding style. However, as Q1 began, those hopes slowly faded. In the first sector, Toprack was still able to maintain a competitive lead. He appeared very aggressive under braking, trying to steal time at corner entry points. But in sectors 2 and 3, his lack of top speed and traction became apparent. The bike seemed to lose acceleration exiting slow corners, leaving him behind on the straights. His final attempt to improve his lap time was marred by a slight rear wheel slide, forcing him to correct course and sacrifice precious fractions of a second. The final result was bitter. He failed to make it into Q2 and had to start from 21st position. This position was certainly far from what a rider with Toprack's reputation would have expected. He is known as a rider with exceptional motorcycle control and great courage in close duels. However, in modern MotoGP, engine speed and electronic stability play just as important a role as individual skill. In park firm, Toprack's face looked tense. In a brief interview, he admitted that the team had worked hard all night, trying various electronic settings and small changes to the bike's geometry. However, he said the improvements weren't significant enough. "We tried a lot of things. The feeling is a bit better, but we still lack straight-line speed," he said. The need speed ultimatum now sounded more like a serious warning. If performance didn't improve immediately, internal pressure within the team could escalate. Motogp 2026 is a highly competitive season, with the gap between riders often only a few tenths of a second. Starting from 21st position meant Toprack faced high risks in the opening laps, especially the potential for an accident at the first corner. Meanwhile, no less heated drama unfolded in the Ducati camp. Francesco Bagnaia, the world champion known for his composure and precision, experienced one of his most disappointing qualifying sessions in recent seasons. He was eliminated in Q2 after failing to set a sufficient time to secure a good starting position. Throughout the session, Bagnaia struggled to find optimal rear tire grip. Several times, his Ducati appeared to wobble when accelerating out of fast corners. On the final push lap, he attempted to take a greater risk, entering the corner at high speed. However, the bike ran slightly wide, forcing him to ease off the throttle and ruining his momentum. As soon as the session ended, his frustration was immediately apparent. In the garage, Bagnaia had an intense discussion with the engineers. His hand gestures indicated dissatisfaction with the bike's response, particularly in the transition from braking to acceleration. He suggested there was a mismatch between the chassis setup and the characteristics of the tires being used. For Ducati, this situation was a serious alarm. The team, known for its dominance in recent seasons, now faced a challenge of consistency. Competition this season was increasingly fierce, and even a small error in setup could have a major impact on starting position and race strategy. Bagnaia's anger is not without reason. In MotoGP, starting position is crucial. Starting from a less-than-ideal row means having to fight extra hard to break through the pack with an aggressive riding style. The risk of contact increases, and tire management becomes more difficult because the bike has to work hard from the start. Interestingly, both Toprack and Bagnaia face different but equally intense pressures. Toprack is struggling to prove that he can compete with his new project at the highest level. Bagnaia, on the other hand, must maintain his reputation as one of the most consistent and sharp riders on the grid. The upcoming race is predicted to be a major mental test for both of them. Toprack will likely try an aggressive strategy in the early laps, utilizing his braking ability to gain as many positions as possible. However, he must be careful not to overexert his tires and lose performance in the second half of the race. Bagnaia may opt for a more measured approach. With his experience and maturity, he knows how to manage difficult situations. But if an opportunity presents itself, he will not hesitate to seize it. The 2026 MotoGP has once again proven that racing never ends. Offers a guarantee.
I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sexy body full of tats. Baby's bad, oh baby.